Well, let's take this little side trail down here. This is actually a really special little trail because it's the trail we use to access the planting site here. There's been that ongoing restoration project I was telling you about, where a lot of students have been planting trees over the last 7 years. Here's the creek right here. Salmon Creek, as you can see, is surrounded by a lot of reed canary grass. Right now, in the wintertime, it's kind of dead and brown, but as soon as spring rolls around, it's going to grow up, get green, start growing up to 6 feet tall. Before we talk about the plantings, I noticed something down here in this ravine that looks interesting. There seems to be several signs of animals down here. We've got the scat. Looks like nutria scat. And then we have some tracks over here in the mud. Look at those little claw marks. Maybe it's a muskrat, maybe it's a nutria, maybe it's a beaver. I bet they've been running through here at night. I bet the nutria came out here at night, crawled past all the beaver chew, looked up there, sniffed the air, and started moving over here. Maybe it looked around and paused at the reed canary grass. Came over here, went over this beaver chew, started to sniff around and realized, I think there's beaver here. That's scary. And then it jumped back in the water and swam away. Just a guess though. So let's talk about the plantings. Here are some of the plants that students just like yourself planted just a couple years ago. They were originally just little cuttings, little sticks of willow trees, and they planted them in the ground, and now they're about 15 to 20 feet tall. And in the summertime, you'll see they're going to grow tons of beautiful leaves. They're going to have flowers for pollinators. And if the creek moves over in this direction, they'll be able to shade the creek as well as help keep pollution out and also keep erosion out of the creek. Here's the cuttings, a picture from one that were actually planted. They used to be branches, and unlike other plants that need to be planted from a seed, willow trees, you can just plant a cutting, a stick, in the ground and it'll grow into a new plant. So students came from many different local schools, a lot of 5th graders and 6th graders. They planted those in the ground. They planted other plants too that were native to the area. And they had a really good time making a big difference for this habitat here.